doing? This is Coach D from Code 31 Media TV Podcast. This is episode number 7. And y'all already know how we do it. It's Code 31. And I got a very special guest. Introduce yourself, young man.
Bimmy Anthony, Southside Jamaica, Queens.
You already know Southside. Y'all know how I feel when my people come from my hometown. This is a childhood friend of my family. So, Bimmy, let them know a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an open book. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, music, streets, you know what I mean? Religion, all that type of stuff. I'm just a regular guy, man. Just learning how to survive. I learned how to survive out here in this nigga city that treat us so bad.
All right, so let us know what it is. I mean, you don't have to go, but me growing up in Southside, I had a different experience than everybody else. They always say, "Oh, Southside, drugs and gangs and all that stuff." I was always protected from all that. I never seen all that. So my childhood was playing in Baisley Park, being a shadow to my brother. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball first, then basketball and everything like that. So let them know what what it was for you growing up in Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Well, Southside, I remember as a kid, I lived with my grandmother, me and my brothers and sisters. There was 6 of us at the time. We lived with my grandmother. It was street lights, to come home.
Yes.
She fed us, she put us in the bed, and, it was playing. It was good for us, until I got older, and I moved back over there, on my own. And, it was into the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one thing I learned out there at that time is the adults, the elders took care of us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different than it was then, now.
Yes.
Because, they complain about these guys telling about all this stuff, but who's teaching them not to be, when you get in a situation, not to do that? You know what I mean? Whenever we was put in them situations, we was already taught.
Yes.
We were already taught not to go in their police car.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We were already taught not to talk to strangers. We was already taught. You know what I mean? So there's no teaching today.
And then back then, other people's, parents would straighten you out. It wasn't oh, you can't touch my kid. No, like the whole neighborhood, if you was doing something wrong, another parent would come and check you.
Of course.
Because we was all family back then.
Of course.
Now it's you got strangers that live in your neighborhood with you now. People don't really talk to each other anymore. People, you know what I'm saying? Back then it was a family. The community was your family. If somebody seen me doing something wrong, they checked me and they told my mother. But they didn't have to worry about me because my mother used to pull up to my school and sit in the doorway like, I want you to do something. So I already knew. I'm not doing anything. She on the PTA. You understand? I'm still scared of my mother today at 52 years old. So when people say stuff, I say, listen, the only people I fear is God and mommy. That is it. She still got quick hands. I remember one day I was playing with her. She popped me real quick in them. I was like, but I was only kidding with you. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't play with
my
her,
mom. Matter of fact, she is the sponsor of Code 31 Media TV Podcast for this month. Because what happened was she was sick last month. And so I took 2 weeks off because when my mother's sick, I don't do well. I can't function. So, and I almost lost her in 7th grade. So anytime her and my dad are not feeling well, I shut down. I can't do anything. So my mother's better. She's at my niece's house. So shout out to her. She was like, you lost 2 weeks on your podcast. Boom, hit me with the Cash App. So she is the official sponsor of this show for this month. And shout out to Official Game Over for the Nick Color, outfit. And shout out to Homer. You didn't see the shirt. Shirt King, Jeff Star. You know what I'm saying? So those are my clothing sponsors. And then we got Hot Granny. She's the sponsor of my magazine and the podcast as well. So we're doing it big. So I want to jump to Bimmy when he first got to Def Jam.
Wow. I just came out of prison. Like, I really ain't know what I was doing. I know music, you know what I mean? And when I got over there, Leo Cohen said, yo, that's your office over there. Because Russell Simmons made the calls, like, yo, hire him, put him. I've been working, you know what I mean? And when I got there, I sat there, you know, and I watched a couple of guys working up there, and I learned real quick. Because I got this philosophy is I can learn what you know, but you can't learn what I know. Because where I come from, the streets raise you so fast and raise you, you know, you adapt so quick. So I adapted real quick. And when I first got there, they gave me like all the albums that they believed in it, they signed it, but they really didn't like give it to Bim. But not knowing that was working me out.
Yes.
So I can get to the bigger guys.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when I got to the bigger guys, I knew what I was doing. I did my thing. You know what I mean? Every album I did was platinum.
But what was that feeling to walk into, you know, back then that's when they had LL and all of them. So Def Jam was like really Def Jam. Like, so how was that feeling to have that opportunity that Russell gave you? That's the thing with me. When somebody gives me an opportunity, I appreciate it. I'm grateful, but I want to make sure they didn't make a mistake with me.
And that's, you know what, that's funny you said that because that's how I took it. I didn't want to let Russell down. You know what I'm saying? And he told me, he said, yo, if I find out you back in the streets, I'm firing you. You know what I mean? And I said, yo, don't worry about that, Russ. I'm good. I said, you know, because before that, I moved to myself not to be in the streets no more anyway. You know what I mean? Because I took another loss. So I said, you know what? I ain't mess with these streets. You know what I mean? So when I got to Def Jam, I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't swaying all the way. You know, I've been legit for 30 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't touched nothing.
So who was the first artist that they gave you?
DVL's Christ from Brooklyn. He down with Trigger the Gambler, Smooth the Hustler.
Okay.
That camp.
Okay.
That camp.
Okay, I never really heard
Yeah,
that.
DVL's Christ. Yeah, he's
all right.
Def Jam.
And what exactly did you do with his project?
Well, get producers, put input in the album, give him ideas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He wrote his own stuff because he wrote and he sang.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to give him that input. But, you know, just every morning, wake him up or, you know, before he go to bed, we kick it, we talk about the album, talk about concepts, you know, just shaping the album all together. You know what I'm saying?
Was you on tour with Run DMC before you got the job?
Yeah.
At Def Jam?
Yeah.
So how was that experience being on the road with them?
I felt like I was like the fourth member.
Okay.
You know, LL Cool J teased me that he called me the fourth member.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you know, I was signing autographs, like I just put Bimmy up Run DMC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know what to write. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we come to town. I got my fedora on. You know what I'm saying? Got the Adidas on, no laces.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm coming through, and they was like, "Yo, Run DMC here." You know what I mean? And then me and Jay and Hurricane, we always go out.
Right.
So we was never like D or Run. They'll stay in, but we'll go out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Jay, he want to go to the hoods. He want to experience everything. So we doing all that. You know what I mean? So
when you was on tour with them, was there any artist that you met that you was like, oh snap, I met?
Cause I was on my high. I was on my peak when I was in the streets.
Okay.
So I really didn't care. They was like, who that?
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't into that. You know what I mean? But damn, really near nobody.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we're Vanessa Williams.
Okay.
She's in our dressing room.
Okay.
Vanessa Williams. She just won Miss America.
Okay.
And yeah, she just won Miss America. And you know, but then I seen her face. It wasn't like she had like blemishes. Like
okay. You didn't see her. You saw her in her essence, her real
gown.
face, and
in
you was just
gown.
like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm like,
you don't look like you look on TV.
That's how I feel. I found out all that stuff be TV.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
TV.
Now, after the first artist, who did they let you work with?
Trigger the Gambler.
Trigger, and then who after that? Is there somebody you work with that you like had like a big impact on that album, like going through the roof?
All of them.
Okay.
Slick Rick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I started Foxy's album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then jumped off and gave me Dub C from the West Coast down with Ice Cube. Then and
how was it working with the West Coast artists? How was it working with the West Coast artists?
You know, their lingo is different than ours. You know what I'm saying? And their flows is different than ours.
Okay.
So, you know, you had to learn, just like with Slick Rick, working with Slick Rick, he tells story, but he tells them different voices. Yeah. So he might say it in the child voice, then go to the man's voice.
Right.
And I'm like, what was stack that? What was do with that?
Right.
Like you heard a children's story,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like he just, You know what I mean? Phenomenal.
Listen, shout out to Slick Rick.
Yeah, legend.
I interviewed him at the Video Music Box documentary, right? So his wife literally
Mandy.
gave me 30 seconds to interview her husband. 30 seconds.
Unheard of.
And I did it. Listen, I did it. So shout out to his wife. Shout out to Slick Rick. It was the only one I didn't interview that night was Nas.
Oh wow!
You're gonna have to talk to him because
Wow.
I need him. Now I don't need an interview. Just say it's Code 37. You know we from Queens and it's Code 31.
But you know what's crazy? Me and you, we were just here, and I spoke to Bobby Brown.
Yes.
And I was the phone cut off. I brought the pass to you.
Yes.
And threw that assist. You know what I mean?
No, we're gonna assist that after we leave here, because if you let me talk to Bobby Brown, and you know what I'm saying, like I said, I want to cover that event at the UBS Arena with New Edition and Guy and I forgot, it's New Edition, Guy.
What is it? April.
I need to cover that, and I need to meet Bobby. Listen, I already met Method Man, okay, and I'm probably gonna meet him again. And if I can meet Bobby. Y'all can have this media thing. I'm good. My bucket list is over.
But today was your day.
I know.
But your service.
It's still my day. Because when we leave out of here, we're going to go out on the hall and we're going to call him again. Okay? And we're going to get that on video that y'all see me talking to my favorite.
Let him hear
Bobby
it.
Brown.
Let him hear it. Oh, you got to do it on your phone. You taped it.
Yeah, I taped a little bit of it. When I heard his voice. So, yeah. We going to put that when we wrap everything up. I'm gonna show y'all that he was talking to Bobby Brown. Cause you used to date his sister, correct?
Yeah, Carol.
How was that experience being around Bobby Brown in his essence? Cause
I mean,
woo, Bobby back then. Oh, that was my guy.
He was a monster.
Yes, he was.
He was a monster.
Yes, he was.
You know what I mean, fly dude. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I would never call him a friend.
Yes,
he's
your
brother. That's my brother.
Yes,
like, and he treated me like a brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, his sister was a good woman too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Good woman. Mm-hmm. You know? But you know, I learned Boston women, they take care of their man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I've seen some of your interviews.
Yeah.
I've seen some of your interviews.
Yeah.
So now, after Def Jam, what did we do from there?
Well, I started my own company. You know what I mean? Young King.
Okay.
And I've been looking for artists and just going through stuff. Then I stopped. Then I went to Atlanta. Moved to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Then, you know, I was working with my sister.
Yes.
You know, the background. I was working with her. And then, you know, I just started working just in basketball.
Okay.
Down there. Just took a hiatus and just backed up. Like, you know,
Okay.
because, you know, the music game, it'll make you want to do some stuff that you would never come back from. You know what I mean? So before I do that, I already knew that I couldn't come in the game while I was in the streets because I'm going to be like the rest of these guys, losing their offices, losing everything. I said, you know what, I'm going to back up, I mean, and reinvent myself and do what I got to do. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing now. Okay.
So, like, is that, like, you're going to do independent artists from all over? Like, how, because I know when we talked back then, you said you was gonna like work with the independent artists from Southside and all over the world.
Yeah, I think that's very special for someone to do that, and I think I'm the guy for it. You know what I mean? So I got a show right now I'm working on now. I got a sizzle called a Round Table.
Okay.
And the Round Table is me, Angela Yee, Waka Flocka, Ghostface, and Jamie Hector. Jamie Hector's from the Wire. You know Marlo.
Yes.
He's one of the owners with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we shot a sizzle to it already. So what it's about is all independent artists from around the world.
Okay.
I'm grabbing like 5 of them a show.
Okay.
Episode. I'm grabbing 5. And what I'm doing is I'm not making them challenge each other. What they are doing is being creative and stepping their game up in the music game.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking them, they're going to perform in front of us. All of us are going to perform, and we're going to critique them. You know, we're going to have lawyers there. You know what I mean? We're going to play them out. Like, lawyers going to, yo.
They all going to come to New York?
They all going to come to New York, New Jersey. Yeah, they all going to come here.
Okay.
So then you know, I match them up with a producer. Like Mike Will. Yo, Mike, I got this artist, go down there, put them up, stay there, make records. Come back a month later, then you perform in front of everybody, and you're going to see the difference. You know, dealing with us.
Well, I would love to be a part of that and, you know,
Of course.
Put it in the magazine.
The whole magazine on us.
Yeah, a whole magazine.
Yeah, a whole
that's
magazine.
That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to be different from everybody else. So if you have me, like, say we gonna manifest this, that I'm gonna cover the New Edition concert, right? So it's Guy, Keith Sweat. Yeah, I think it's Keith Sweat, Tank, New Edition, and
That's a bomb.
Right.
That's a
so
bomb.
I'm gonna put them all in this, all in this magazine, and probably be New Edition on the cover, and then somebody on the back cover. But that's what I want to do. So if you invite me to cover your events, I'm gonna do the whole issue of the magazine on your event. So that's what we're gonna do with yours and a few other people. I met Chuck D the other day from Public Enemy at the Queens Library with Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box, and it was his birthday. Happy birthday, Ralph.
Happy birthday, Ralph.
He actually sat me down in the Queens Library 5 years ago because, everybody wants to be a part of Video Music Box. And he was like, listen, you need to create your own platform, create your own lane, put the grind in and let them come to you. So that's what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. But so when I met Chuck the other day, he said, he was like this, I love this magazine. I was like, oh, I got that. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to keep on looping that he loves the magazine. But he said, I want you to help me do my magazine. So Chuck D wants me to help him do his magazine.
Man, that's an honor.
So we going to do that.
Yeah,
it's an honor. Listen, shout out to my brother, rest in peace to Mark Ellison.
That's right.
He used to tell me that he knew Roxanne Shante and Mikey D and Kid Creole and the list goes. And I was like, you lying. And then after he passed, I met Roxanne Shante and Mikey D.
He did that.
And it's funny because Mikey D told me a story. He had got arrested and he was in my brother's jail. And my brother would take him out to cell and feed him and stuff. And he was like, yo, these people might think I'm a snitch. I was dying. But he said, no, your brother, he always took care of me. I get nothing but good stories of people telling me that. And when he lived on Foch Boulevard, he taught me how to DJ and MC and all that. So that's why I have a good ear when I hear music or I hear these artists. And when I go to these events, I'm like, yo, that's hard. I like that. You know what I mean? They're like, how she know about that? But like I said, I grew up with an older brother. He was 8 years older than me. And he said if I hang with him, I got to do what he does. So he did music, he did sports. That's why with basketball, you really can't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Because since 12, he had me playing against grown men. And he was playing in I don't know if you remember, to take it to the hoop tournament. They lost the first day. He goes, forget this, I'm bringing my baby sister. His team goes, your baby sister. So I hit the 3-pointer, which was a 2-pointer to win the whole tournament. We jumping up and down, and I said, Mark, don't do this to me no more. If you got these cornballs on here, how we doing all the work and they get a trophy and a jacket? And he was just cracking up. So I thank God for my brother. I don't know. Like, if I grew up under my sister, I'd probably have 1 million kids, smoking, drinking. I love my sister. Rest in peace to her as well. But I just thank God that I was under my brother, because now I have the mentality like, no, you can't tell me what to do. And, I mean, people may perceive it as I'm difficult. Why? Because I won't kiss your butt. I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not worshiping no devil. I'm not doing none of that. I'm going to get it the right way. It's going to take me longer, but I'm going to get there. And I've been manifesting everything I want to this day. So, you got that show coming, but you was also on Hip Hop Homicide or something like that?
Nah, Hip Hop Uncovered.
Hip Hop Undercover? Uncovered.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How you got involved with that?
Well, LL Cool J called me one day and said, yo, this director trying to get in contact with you. Because usually people will call him for me, me for him.
Okay, got you.
Yo, can you get L? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm his, no.
Yeah.
So he called me and said, someone's trying to contact with you. Mm-hmm. So I said, who? He said, Rashidi. You know what I mean? I said, I don't know him. You know what I mean? So he said, well, you want me to give me a number? Or I said, hey, give it to him. Mm-hmm. So Rashidi called me and said, yo, we got this thing for you, Hip Hop Uncovered. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I said, explain it to me. Mm-hmm. He started telling me, well, we want to tell the point of view from the hip hop world, from the bottom, like the creators, then from the rappers. Because from the rappers, you're not gonna really get the real story.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I said, I like that concept. So who's in it? And he said, well, we got Big U right now. I'm working on Haitian Jack, but we need another female. I said, wow. I said, get my sister. You know what I mean? So he said, give her a call. I mean, I called us. I said, Deb, get on the show with me. Whoa. She's like, damn, they ain't gonna give us that much money. It's a documentary. I said, well, let's see what it is. So then I asked them. They told me what it was. It wasn't that much money. It was some money, but it wasn't. It's not for us. She said, nah. I said, yo, do that shit for me. Right. You know what I mean? I said, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna open the door for other things. Yes. You know what I mean? Forget the front money. It's other things. Yes. And then she said she agreed. You know, and it definitely opened the door for.
And see, that's the thing. That's the key thing. You know, so many people is worried about, I got to get my money. I got to get my money. Instead of looking at it like, you know what? Like, I look at it. I don't get paid for all these interviews you see with KRS-One and T.I. and all that. I got not one dime for that. But you know what? I got the priceless moments. When T.I. got booed at the Barclays, I was the first one to interview him. You know? So I look at it like, you know what? I'm going to put the grind and the money is going to come.
Always.
And if people had that mindset and say, yo, let's build together, the money is going to come, and we're not worrying about that. And I say to myself, you know what, as long as God keeps blessing me and pays, you know, make sure my bills is paid and my family good and I'm healthy, I'm going to keep doing this because, like I said, I'm disabled. I have injuries to my shoulders, my neck. I got a torn knee right now that I'm having surgery in 2 weeks. I'm not letting that stop me.
Yeah.
So that was a great move that you
yeah, no question. One thing about learning, you know, hustling, you know, when you chase the money, it runs from you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? You can't chase it. Yes. You know what I mean? It's going to come to you.
It's definitely going to come to you.
You know what I mean? So.
But a lot of people have that mentality like, nah, if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not going to do it. And you're going to lose out on a big opportunity.
Of course. It's like now, you know, my foundation, you know, it's called What If Foundation. You know, I just teamed up with a company out of Nashville, and they building me a compound, 30 acres. Nice. And I'm taking kids from all across the world, unprivileged kids that's privileged, that want that experience, you know, and all trades, music, TV, plumbing, financial literacy. Nice. You know what I'm saying? All type of trades that they need today to work instead of going to college. And I'm not saying college is wrong, because we all need that. I wish I was in college. Got to play ball. Yes. But today's world, you need a trade. Yes. You know what I mean? And most of these kids is not interested in school. Yes. They don't go to school. Yes. You know, I be going to junior high school talking to students, and attendance is low. Yes. Kids don't want to go to school because nothing interested in them. Right. Especially with these phones and these TikToks and you know, IGs, they don't care about school. So if they don't care about school, then let's do a trade for them and something they're gonna love to do. Now I'm put you in this room, pick one of these trades. What you want? You know what I mean? And then once they pick say they pick I want to be a director. Okay, cool. We bring the team in, teach them 6 months to a year, teach them, then take them to Hollywood or take them to Silver Cup or take them somewhere where they producing and they directing and sit his ass down and say, listen, this is going to be your job. Yes. You know what I mean? Something they really want to do. Say what's up to IG. What's up, IG? On here. Mega. That's my brother, too, right there.
Shout out to Cormega.
That's my brother.
I did his album release.
I missed that.
His album release and his listening party.
Man, real one.
I was there, so shout out to Cormega. Very good guy. From Queens, Russian. Always show me love. He put me on his EPK. So
you're a real one.
Yes, he is.
You know, one thing I learned about prison gonna reveal who you really are. You know what I'm saying? He never waver, never changed. Always been him. And stood up. You know what I mean? And I love him. You know, for that. And just holding. You know how we are Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. Yes. Man, everybody gonna hold their borough down. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Usually they be like Queens, but not no more. Right. You know what I mean? Supreme Team did it all that. Right. That Queens. Right. You know what I mean?
Listen, even when I go somewhere, I don't care if I'm the only one in the room from Queens. I'll be like, Queens, Southside, what you crazy? I don't care. Like, KRS-One was at the Borough concert, and he did that. Brooklyn, all that, and Queens, I said, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, nope. You know, I know you my first interview, but don't be talking about
he started that.
Shout out to MC Shan. That's my guy.
He started that. KRS-One started that. But, you know, like, if you watch our show, Hip Hop Uncovered, Haitian Jack, in one of his segment, he said, you talk about Queens, you gotta talk about this particular crew, because they wasn't having that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was, you know what I mean? He knew it. They knew it. That's my brother. He from Brooklyn.
Right.
That's my guy for real. You know what I mean? So he's like, not that particular crew.
Right.
Because, like, I always tell dudes, they built the gates on HDM because of us, Queens dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We throwing dudes off the tier.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We the first ones, I ain't going to brag about it, but I don't even want to talk about it, but things that we have done within our South Side, you know what I mean? That...
No, whatever you want to speak about, this is
no,
your
but this
platform.
is good for your platform.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, y'all better stop playing with my borough. That's all I'm going to say, okay? But anyway, so what, besides that project, are you working on? Because I know you're working on a lot of stuff.
I'm working on my life story.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just teamed up with this group. And, I ain't got to go nowhere. You know what I mean? They made me a good offer.
Nice.
You know what I'm going to do. And, my thing is, with my show, it's not a drug story.
Right.
It's not a, I'm going to kill your mother and your brother.
Right.
It's a black story that's showing how we really live. What made me go to the streets. How I was living at home as a child. See, one thing about us, we never going to show our faults.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, the kids is never going to learn. Because we're going to think we up.
Yes.
No, we ain't up. Nigga, I was down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple of times, but you're going to fall. But the thing is, you got to get back up.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I always knew how to get back up.
Definitely.
And sometimes I know how to stay in the house. A lot of these guys don't know how to stay in the house.
Right.
But when you get in that prison, you know how to stay in that goddamn cell.
Yes.
You know how to stay, why you can't do it at home? It ain't your turn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're hustling, you have a turn. So everybody got a turn to shine. Everybody got a turn to win. You know what I'm saying? Because especially, and the reason why it's like that, because we're not together. We're not united. So when we're united, then we always be our turn.
Right.
But being that, you got these little groups, little sinners that, this is my crew, my man here, my man he down with me, and this crew, y'all not in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes the turns go around.
Yes.
Like real slow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when you try to fit in, that ain't you. That ain't your turn.
Right.
Stuff happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I try to just, stay out the way and just
That's it.
build my crew and just wait my turn. You know what I mean?
And what makes you stay so humble?
Watching a lot of people take shorts. You know what I mean? I'm on one time, this dude owed me some money. And they found him. We was on for him like a whole summer. But he running for a whole summer. Somebody in my crew found him. They had him on the roof. It was like winter. So they had him naked, stripped, and all that. So I said,
like New Jack City?
Yeah, I said, give me the razor. So I told that story before. So I said, give me the razor. I started cutting him on his back and all on his butt and all type of stupid stuff. Sick, like, in the streets. So, I'm glorified. I'm just explaining what happened. So I'm cutting him, and my other man cutting him. He's screaming, yelling. I said, take him downstairs. So all my dudes is downstairs. They're bosses. So I want to press them. So I bring him downstairs, right? So my man look at me. I mean, put his clothes on him, man. You know what I'm saying? And then he pulled me aside. He said, yo, learn how to spare people. Because you never know, one day you want to be spared. And I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you're right. So, I learned to, like, spare people. And I learned to not, try to harm or hurt people because, sitting there watching a 5-year-old kid cry because he sees his uncle or his father in a casket for being killed. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, I don't like that pain. Like, it's pain for me to watch that little 5-year-old cry. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't think, a person knows a mother's hurt.
Yes.
She loses her child.
Yes.
And got to bury her child, her mother's pain.
Yes.
She got to bury that child. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not a good sight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They look at you, but they strong. You know what I mean? Because they background, they come from things they was faced with. They can look at you, but they broken. You can look at them, tell they broken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of things, swayed me, like a lot of things. Like, I'm on one holiday, it was Christmas. That was one thing I'll never forget. And this type of stuff I'm putting in my story. I mean, that people going to see the realness. You know what I'm saying? And this lady, that was on my block, 118. And her husband was on crack, right? He came out Christmas Eve, I'll never forget this, and he was selling his kids toys. Because she works. He stay at home. He don't do shit. So he stole all the kids' toys and was selling them on the block. I said, nah, let me get that. Right. So I bought all the toys, and I knocked on her door at night so the kids can have some toys in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I knocked on her door, and I bought her all the toys back. Yeah. And she looked at me like, crack dealer, like looking at me like, wow, I did something wrong. You know what I mean?
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I ain't doing nothing wrong. I can't help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she gave me the craziest look. I can still see it now to this day. That like she fought me for it. You know what I mean? But this man in your house,
right?
You know what I mean? You gotta get him out of there.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy. You went and bought the toys back, and she looked at you crazy.
Looked at me like I stole them. Like I stole the toys.
That's unreal. Okay, so I know that you know my brother, and you said that your son played for my brother.
Yeah.
So give me a Mark Ellison story that we could tell.
He didn't care if his parents was there or not. He gonna go upside your head.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't care. And then we play against me. He tried to talking shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just told me a story about what he did for your guy when he's in prison.
Yeah.
When I came through,
Mikey D.
Yeah, Mikey D. When I came through there, he did the same thing for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I guess he looked out for the people that was in the neighborhood that he knew.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? He looked out.
You know what he would always say to his basketball kids? He would say, I'm Coach Mark here, but if you get arrested, I'm Officer Ellison. And it's a difference. And some of them got it, and some of them didn't. So when they got in there, he would lump them up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let them know the difference, but then he would take care of them, make sure they was good.
Mark will show you that hard love, like, you know what I mean? He show you that hard love. Even with the kids, I go to his game, I watch him, you know what I'm saying? He show that hard love. And, it hurted me because, like I said, when I opened my magazine, he came to my the opening for it.
Yes.
Like my launch party that I had. He did security for me.
Yes.
And I pulled him to the side and I said, yo, we're gonna do a lot of these, so be ready. You know what I'm saying? And I paid him. You know what I mean? He said, yo, all right.
Right.
And then, you know,
I
think a day or two, 3 days, 4 days.
Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
And like I said, you know, rest in peace to my brother. It's unfortunate that he passed in 2009. The way they said he died, he did not. But we're gonna leave it there, you know, and put it in the hands of God. It's gonna be 14 years. August 24th. It'll be.
How long you worked on the island?
Close to 20 years.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't on the island. He was at the Queen's house.
Queen's house.
My sister worked at Rikers. She actually got into it with Larry Davis. He threw feces on and threw a table.
Oh, he did that to everybody.
And she wasn't no good after that. So
yeah, he threw feces on everybody.
Yeah. So I tell people, like, my whole family is correction officers. Like my dad was, my sister, my brother. I went the group home route. My mother used to be a secretary in the group home, so I said I didn't want to get into the prisons because I didn't want to see all that craziness, and that messes with your mental.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, even working with special ed kids and group homes and stuff, it's it's a little, but it's way different than being in the jail. So that's the route I took, and that's actually how I got hurt on my job, breaking up a fight. The teacher got punched in the back of the head. So when I removed the kid, I tore my rotator cuff with nerve damage from the neck, elbow to the wrist. And it's crazy for 26 years. Yeah, but they waited 4 years.
3 weeks ago on my arm.
You did?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. I supposed to wear a sling. I ain't wearing it.
Okay, so yeah, you should be wearing that sling. So I've had 2 surgeries already on the shoulder.
Why 2?
Because they waited too long and it's permanent damage, so it continues to tear.
You know they got new technology where they don't even cut it. They don't even go in it. They use these robots.
Really?
Yeah, I just did it. I don't got not one mark.
That's crazy.
I woke up. I was it's done. He said, yeah.
You said a robot?
A robot.
That's crazy.
The doctor be on the thing and he send the thing in your arm.
Okay, that's.
They make 3 little holes.
Crazy.
Like 3 little holes.
Yeah, I have incisions right here.
I ain't got no. You can't see mine. I don't have nothing.
Wow.
Yo, I'm telling you.
But how was your pain though?
Oh, that shit hurt like a motherfucker.
And you here for me today. That means a lot.
Yeah,
you had surgery and you still came to be on my show. You see?
I don't like painkiller.
Okay, yeah. I don't like to take pain medicine either. Like I said, I'm about to have surgery on my knee in 2 weeks. I'm probably going to come in here with crutches or a cane or something. I'm a limp in here because this show means that much to me that I want to keep bringing different people on here to show y'all Code 31 Media, TV podcast. We different.
Yeah.
We from South Side, you know what I mean? So I've always been looked at as the underdog, but I don't let that stop me from doing what I need to do. So
yeah, I like the underdogs. I like being the underdog. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because then you won't take nobody for granted.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You be straight up.
So besides all that, when do you think you're gonna work on your life story?
Well, I've been working on it. I got the scripts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've been working on it because, you know, I was signed with 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and 50 was doing it.
Shout out to 50.
Shout out to 50. Okay. And you know, this right here is a great opportunity.
So you're not gonna do it with him now?
Nah, because he don't partner up with nobody.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I found out he don't partner up with nobody. So
okay.
These people made a crazy offer to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the money is just,
right.
You know, even my
the
foundation.
Opportunity.
My foundation, the things they do.
Yes.
They feed 5 million kids a day.
Nice.
They do a lot of stuff in Africa, Asia. They go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what I want to do. I really don't care about the TV or the music and all that. Right there, me giving back like that and feeding these kids and putting them and doing the right thing.
Yes.
Because we have these false prophets running around here, and that's what's really messing us up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these guys on they billionaires, but who you taking care of? Who you taking care of? Who you taking care of?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't equal up. Like
right.
y'all come
There's a
from
young
where we come
lady
from.
in Chicago that's trying to raise $1 million for the homeless out there, and she's only raised over 100,000. All these.
Yeah, but you know, trying to raise money for the homeless. You know, you got to say the youth, man. Mm-hmm. You got to, you know. I'm not saying they, you know, but these youth, they never had a good chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have a good chance. They look at the internet, they look at TV, and you know, dudes glorifying they fronting.
Right.
You're not helping these kids.
Yes.
You're not really helping nobody.
Right.
Who you helping? You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, I feel as though we lived our lives already.
Yeah.
And we came out that shit that they put us through, we lived it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now, give it to them so they won't have to, you know, live it. You know, you wonder why when they give them $1 million, you know, a kid, he ain't listening to you. Mm-hmm. He got $1 million.
Yes.
What I'm listening to you for?
Right.
You ain't got 100,000 in the bank.
Right.
I'm listening to you?
Right.
No. I got it all. Mm-hmm. So they tricked us and gave them all the money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for an elder to get a real check. Because they make it feel like you has been, you over.
Yes.
Like it ain't about you no more.
Right.
But it ain't really about the kids either.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the trick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To make them divided from us.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to wake up, man, really, really touch them.
Right. If I get sponsors again, I might come out of retirement and bring the Mark Ellison Cougars back. I think I might have to bring them back out and spank these male coaches again in the tri-state area. That's you know, it's crazy. That's one of the reasons why I walked away, because I was spanking them and it was getting mad and they was trying to take my kids. My brother had a saying. He would say, these coaches are like Christopher Columbus discovered America. Because, like I said, my brother would take kids that had no talent, nobody wanted them, and he made them into student athletes. And then here come these other coaches when he made them better, made them great, and they would come and try to convince them to go to their teams. And I would be pissed. I'm sitting there
you know,
like...
see what you just said just now? See what you just said? That's what's going on in the world today. Mm-hmm. Your brother was out there when I was a kid, doing the same thing he was doing when he was older.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got these people that's trying to do what he's done, never been in the streets, but taking his government money, grant money, taking all his money. If you're 50 years old, you're 48, whatever, you going to your 50s, you're not coming in them streets right now. Not today.
Right.
You're just taking that check.
Yes.
So therefore, them kids ain't getting no real help.
Yes.
You feel me? Yes. You ain't coming in the streets at your 50 because you ain't coming in when you was 20.
Right.
You wasn't out there when you was 19.
Right.
You wasn't out there when you was 30. So now all of a sudden you come out there when you 50?
Right.
No, you grabbing a check and fucking them kids up. You know what I'm saying? And give them a real chance.
Right.
Give them a chance.
Yes.
If you're going to take this money from them, at least spend some of it on them.
And I didn't have no sponsors back then. I was sacrificing my bills and my electricity and all that stuff because I had all project kids. Now, you got to remember, in Southside, Baisley, 40, Rochdale, we were all against each other back, you know what I'm saying? But I made us all a family. I took kids from 40 projects, Baisley projects, Rochdale, and I made them believe that we were a family.
I played in all them projects. And God bless the
won
dead, my
a
coach
lot.
Ab.
Actually, 40 day, we came and took all their trophies.
Yeah.
we had double teams. So we played each other in the championship. So we got first and second place trophies on 40 days. So they was hating on us because we went right back to Baisley with all the trophies. And I laid on my brother's court in Baisley Park. I'm trying to get that court renamed for him, by the way.
In the back?
Born Ruler. No, in Baisley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know the one by the baseball field?
By the baseball field.
Right by the baseball field, that one. Born Ruler, he's going to help me.
Wow.
Get that renamed for
Born
my brother.
Ruler.
Yes.
That's my guy.
Yes. So, yeah. I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying? I played at Hillcrest High School. I played at Mercy College. I actually played against August Martin, you know, when they was like the dream team. Yeah.
He taught me how to shoot.
Rest in peace to Coach Asher. Man.
He taught me how to shoot in junior high school.
Yeah?
Yeah, he put a block.
But I played against old, like, when I tell you they was the dream team of girls basketball.
It was UConn first.
They was UConn first.
UConn first.
But I still had like 25-30 against them. I did my thing. And then you could ask them in Baisley Park, I beat all of them one-on-one. So one-on-one, you ain't got no chance. But I didn't have
Then I played team ball. I
didn't have a team like that. They were, when I tell you they were nice.
But you know what's crazy? Mr. Asher, he was my gym teacher at junior high school 238. He was my gym teacher.
Right.
He never coached us. He never coached the basketball team.
Wow.
Mr. Bloom did.
Okay.
And he was a drug counselor. So I'm like, well, Mr. Asher was coaching the girls varsity in August Martin. So I was like, why you ain't teaching us? Why you ain't coaching us?
Right.
You can coach.
Right.
He gave me a block and told me to tape it around my hand so I could shoot my fingertips all the time. You know what I mean? So Mr. Asher taught me how to shoot. God bless him.
God bless that man.
Big, tall. He like 6'7".
Yo.
6'7" white guy.
When we used to play against August Martin, like they had a squad.
Yeah, them girls was playing. Yeah,
but you know, shout out to I didn't want to go to that school. I wanted to create my own legacy, and that's what I did at Hillcrest. And I did that. It's funny because when I went to Mercy College, 88 to 92, everybody used to say, "What's a Mercy?" I played against Gay Hempfield. She was from the University of Texas. This was when I had graduated. We was playing in the Bronx. I forgot what the gym was. But anyway, everybody was saying what schools they went to. She was like, I went to Texas. This one, I went to NYU. I was like, I went to Mercy. She was like, what's a Mercy?
Think about Marvin Gaye.
You know what I had to do, right, Math? I started killing her. So then I see her a few years later, she goes, Mercy College. So I love telling that story. Like, don't doubt somebody because of the school. Because I didn't take education serious in high school. I was like, I'm nice and bold. That's going to take me. And back then, before that, you could do that. You could have a third grade level, and they was going to push you through if you had, the athletic talent.
Yeah.
But now,
where Dame Lillard came from? Where Dame Lillard came from?
Damian Lillard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Portland.
So,
college.
I forgot what college he went to.
Yeah, 71 the other day.
He's nice. He came from a small school.
Small school.
Yeah, he came from a small school.
So no matter where you at, you can finish.
That's it. That's it. Finish. But I preach education, especially when I was coaching. I said, guys, you have to have education.
You got to.
They're not taking dummies anymore.
No, you got to.
They're not taking dummies anymore.
See, most of us need to be speaking to these youth, because most of them is in dark places. The reason our dark place, we know it was a dark place because we was being taught.
Yes.
So when we got there as an adult, you know that's a dark place. You know how to face it.
Yes.
Because you had somebody older showing you and telling you, like, this is that. Like, before I went to prison, I knew how to handle myself because I was always told.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And plus, I'm light-skinned.
Right.
So niggas like, yo, niggas light-skinned gonna get fucked in jail. I said, they ain't fucking me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So by the time I got there, motherfucker probably thought I was an African because I was lighting niggas up.
Okay.
And I'm not.
Okay.
The light-skinned shit's out the window.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? How light-skinned niggas act and all that. Nah, not this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't with none of that. But we was taught as a youth from the elders, and we listened to them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We listened. So when you get in that dark spot, you knew like, damn, this shit's fucked up. But you know what? Let me just pay attention and just walk, slowly and lightly. You know what I'm saying? So you know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of these guys don't have they in a dark place, don't know they in a dark place. They think this is what it's all about. But it's not. somebody to show you, like, yo, bro, you ain't supposed to be there.
Yes.
Because this going to carry this.
Yes.
You go outside and commit a murder.
It's crazy. The thing with me is I try to, like, if somebody's, like, my kids, my basketball kids, they never been out of the projects and stuff, so I would take them to the Pro-Am tournament. Remember when the NBA lockout was there? Kevin Durant played in that tournament, and he touched one of my kids' hands, Alejandro Vasquez. And he's like, I'm never going to wash my hand. And he's actually getting ready to play at, I forgot what school, in Alabama. He's about to go to University of Alabama. Not Alabama, but a school in Alabama. And he played for the Puerto Rican national team for the, I guess, the junior Olympics. Junior team or whatever. Yeah. And I actually interviewed James True Carter. That was one of my brother's best friends also. But I also, when I coached at Hillcrest High School in my brother's memory, I did a teachers versus student game at Madison Square Garden. So they got to play on the Madison Square Garden floor. And I had my brother's picture on the Jumbotron. Wow. So that was before I was even doing media and stuff like that. But even now when I do it, like how Granny came out here, and I took them to a comedy show, and they got to meet Smokey Suarez and Gerald Kelly and stuff like that. So I try to give ordinary people the opportunity to meet people like yourself and anybody that's in the industry, to show them a different side to life. Like, still good people in the world.
My foundation is like that. Well, I just took kids to see the monster truck.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I took them Disney on Ice. You know what I mean? I take them to Jamaica. I'm taking them out the country.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My foundation. Whatever. And expose them to different things in life.
Yes.
Because big thing to them is exposure. You know, because Run DMC exposed me to it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It made me want to get into the music game. I slept on floors in Chung King Studios in Manhattan, Run DMC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And drinking old English. I ain't drinking no damn beer. I was with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was drinking some beer. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got to be exposed the right way. Mm-hmm. But if you sitting on that block all day, what you going to see? Nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? You going to grow envy because you guys riding past you. You know what I mean? Then you go to nightclubs or lounges or a party and all that. Dudes popping bottles, got jewelry on. Mm-hmm. Now the envy kicks in. Mm-hmm. I want some of that, you know. But don't want to work for it, but just want to take it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Because that shit ain't going to last, my nigga.
Right.
That's not going to last.
So if you could go back in time and tell your younger self something, what would it be? And would you change anything from your life?
I won't change nothing from my life because I won't be who I am.
Right.
You know, but what I would do, what I regret, was not finishing school. You know what I mean? Because I needed that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I really, honestly, and I'm not talking about standpoint of education, just so I can continue on playing basketball.
Right.
Because they're not allowing us to play basketball.
Right.
You know, if you ain't got no education. Mm-hmm. You know, right. I didn't want to cheat. I didn't want to. You know what I mean? But I wasn't interested in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I played ball, once I failed off, I didn't want to go to school no more.
Right.
So, you know, I wish I'd have stayed in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, I remember I got my first letter from Virginia Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? University.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I was like, I'll never forget that. When I drive to Atlanta, I see the Virginia Commonwealth. I was like, damn, I could have been in this school. You know, I think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, different schools wrote me. Right. You know what I mean? So one year, I went to BC All-Star Camp. I don't know if you heard of that before. No, BC All-Star Camp. So it was me, Carlton Screen, Lloyd Daniels, and somebody else, right? And these coaches, they had the cheerleaders up on the hill. So you know, we're from New York, so we acting all New York. So we walk up the hill to see the girls. So now we had games, but we late for our games. So as we coming in, a North Carolina coach said, "Hey boy, come here." So he stopped and said, "Where y'all going? Where y'all late to the game?" And he was like, "Nah, give me 10 laps." I'm like, 10 laps? So now we running around the track. Then Lloyd Daniels said, and Lloyd, you know Sweepy Daniels, he played the San Antonio Spurs. So Lloyd's like, "Yo, let's stop. Next stop." All right, cool. I'm on my New York, so I don't care. So we going around. Coach right here watching us, and I stopped. Everybody kept running. I said, "Yo, why y'all stop?" So now I run catch up to them. We're back around. So then we did 3 more laps. He ain't make it to the whole 10. So he said, "Go to your games." So all the college coaches is on top of the bleachers. So we get in there. Well, I was playing like court 3. I remember it was the middle. So I'm playing court 3, my team. So I go to court 3, and my coach said, "Yo, why you late?" He said, "Nah." He said, I said, the North Carolina coach made me run. He said, "Why you make you run?" He said, "All right, go sit down on the bench, right?" So he made me sit down, get dressed. I got dressed. I sat there. Now the game is about to be over. I ain't played yet, right? We was down 2. And then he threw me in. When he threw me in, you know, I'm playing D. So I meet the guy like the free throw line. So I play D. I'm on you. So I got up on him, and I stripped him. Right before he got the half, caught him, laid him. He was behind me, so I remember this poster I had on my wall with Isaiah Thomas when he was in Indiana. He laid him like this. You know what I mean? His back, like, you know, protect himself. So I did that, and I laid them and got an M1, and I pointed to all the college coaches, and I ran out the gym. Yo, the director came to my dome that night. He said, "Andy, what's your problem, boy? They looking at you. They asking about you. You ain't gonna make that free throw." I was like, I had no answers. I'm like, I just want to do some shit to make the coaches, right? Because they made me sit. They, you know what I mean? It was my fault. They didn't play me. So
the game ended in a tie?
Yeah, no, they played it out. We lost. Word, I never forget that.
So you could have won the game with the free throw.
Fuck that, I ran to the gym. I pointed all the coaches. I did like this, and I ran. Like, y'all all gonna remember me.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I think that's where I got my letter from VCU. from that game. It was like, this little motherfucker nice.
But listen, I thank you for being on my program.
Man,
before you go, all my guests say their name and say, "It's Code 31."
Bimmy Anthony, it's Code 31.
You already know. Where can they reach you on social media?
BIMMY 118. Bimmy Anthony, Southside.
Listen, Southside is in the building. It's Coach D and it's Code 31. I will see y'all next week. Like I said, official sponsor, Game Over, Shirt Kings, Mom and Dad, No Saleh Inc., and Hot Granny.
Let's go, Knicks.
Let's get it. And let's go,
Knicks. Let's go, Knicks.
Listen, I've never been to a Knicks game when the
Get out of here. Oh, you see me there?
I see you with Tracy. Listen, I haven't
Shout
been
out my boy Tracy.
Yeah, I need to go to a Knicks game. I don't need to be in the front row. I just want to go to a Knicks game. I haven't been there in a long time. Yeah, I haven't.
I'll get you in the game then.
All right, y'all heard it first. And he gonna get me to talk to Bobby Brown, y'all. He already called earlier, so I know he's legit with it. Like I said, Southside is in the building. Shout out to S.STREET Media. Shout out to everybody that loves Code 31. I'll see y'all next week. Code 31.